Let's start with the legality of all of this. Is it even permissible for a sitting president to seek trademark control tied to a public asset like an airport? And is there any precedent for this in modern U.S. history?
Well, no, there is no such precedent up to this point. I mean, the truth of the matter is, Mr. Trump never gives anything away, including the use of his name as an honor. Everything is paid for. And in this particular case, it is pretty offensive to the people in the U.S. That he is making money off of his name while he's still in office. It is not unheard of that the name has been lent to a lot of things. He's already chosen to lend his name to a naval ship. We don't do that for living presidents. We don't name buildings after living presidents. We don't name monuments after living presidents. We just don't do that. That's been the tradition. But Mr. Trump makes money wherever he can find it.
And he definitely likes to break with tradition. Now, if privately the Trump organization secures these trademarks, won't the president or his company ultimately profit from licensing, branding, or merchandise linked to public infrastructure, potentially while he is in office? And doesn't that raise the
Oh,
constitutional conflict of interest or ethics concerns here?
well, first of all of those trademarks are owned by the Trump organization that, at least as of this point, he still has a blind trust. And that blind trust is run by his children, ostensibly his two oldest sons. They are the ones that are, these corporations that he owns are the ones that are going to own these trademarks. He's not going to own them personally, although they will benefit greatly from all of this. I don't think that he could charge the government for the use of his name on a building. It would be interesting to see him do that. And maybe he just won't have that building named after him. But the problem is the namings are now within his administration. There may be a conflict of interest, but it's not against the law because he's not the one making the money. It is a conflict of interest, though. He's treating these places and all of these assets like he treats his golf courses and the buildings that have his name on them that are all called Trump Towers.
So then what kind of guardrails currently exist, if any, right now, to prevent a president from using this sort of political power then to advance private branding that are not politically motivated? I understand that in the Florida case, the pro-Republican governor still has to sign off.
hmm the situation is that, how can I explain this? It's simply something that we cannot control except through his voluntary use of the ethics rules that we have that don't permit the president to make money while he is in office off of being in office. That's an ethics issue. Now, could he be brought up on ethics charges? Could this be used for purposes of impeaching him? Absolutely. But is it criminal? No, it's not criminal. We don't have any criminal, and we don't have any criminal laws that say you can't make money while you're in office. We don't have any of that. We look for conflicts, and we have conflicts of interest. And clearly, he is in violation of those conflict of interest provisions.
For me, a layperson like me, this looks a lot like, corporations slapping their names on sports arenas, for example, except they use corporate profits. This impacts taxpayers
Yep.
who pay for the rebranding, while the IP rights still stay with Trump, right?
Well, the rebranding in West Palm Beach, that is a public entity. That is, the West Palm Beach Airport is owned by their airport authority. And yes, they're going to have to pay, they're probably going to have to pay the Trumps for the use of his name. And in addition to that, they're going to have to spend a lot of money to make the name different. For all of the airlines, they're going to have to change um, the the uh, uh, the name on their tickets or change the airport from WPB to something including Trump's name. There's all kinds of things that are going to have to take place. As far as the government offices in Washington, I don't see where they're going to have to spend that much money to put his name up. Now, the Kennedy Center has done that. I don't believe that they paid him for the use of his name. I think he just wanted his name on what is the Kennedy Monument, tying himself to the Kennedy family.
Yeah, that's what I understand as well. But what are the broader political implications here? Could we see naming rights for infrastructure become a new sort of political or economic tool of influence?
One could only hope that Donald Trump is a one and only. At least he believes he is. And I'm kind of hoping he really is. I'm kind of hoping 3 years from now with a new president, we'll want to go back to the way things were before. And that is, you don't make money off of your name. You don't make money off of the government while you are sitting in office. And you will reap the benefits once you leave. That is that most presidents write books. Most presidents do book tours. They do lecture tours. They do things to make money, yes, because of who they are, but they earn it other than their name.